You don't even know what you're talking about, you moron. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's going like that.
I stood on the pavement, she starts pushing me, mate. You weren't even here. No. No, I'm not. Behave yourself. Nowhere near your gate. I'm not your mate, I'm not near the gate. No. No, don't touch me. Why are you touching me? What are you doing? You've just assaulted me. I'm away from the gate. Why are you still touching me?
Keep going, step away from
no,
the gate.
I'm away from the gate. No.
Step away from the gate.
Identify yourself now. Why are you still pushing me? Why are you still pushing me?
Step away from the gate.
I'm away from the gate. I'm away from the gate.
Keep walking.
Identify yourself, please.
PC 3566.
Why are you still pushing me? Wow.
You as a security risk. Keep walking.
Why are you still pushing me? I'm away from the gate.
So keep walking.
Stop pushing me. You've just ended your career. You know that.
Keep going.
Get off me! What are you doing? I think you should get a sergeant here. I think you should get a sergeant here.
Just keep walking because I'll take you as a security risk.
I'm not walking anywhere. I'm in a public place.
Right away, this encounter goes from security concern to full-blown confrontation in seconds. The officer clearly believes the individual is getting too close to a sensitive police gate. But the major issue here is the repeated physical contact. In UK policing, officers can use reasonable force if they genuinely believe there's a security threat or a risk to protected premises, but that force still has to be lawful, proportionate, and necessary. The problem? From the footage and dialogue alone, the man keeps insisting he's already backing away while the officer continues pushing him. That's where these incidents become messy fast. Once physical contact starts, emotions spike, people stop listening, and now both sides are talking over each other instead of de-escalating. And notice how quickly the cameraman starts demanding a sergeant. That's a classic move in public auditing videos because supervisors are expected to reassess whether officers are acting proportionately. But here's the real question. If someone is being verbally non-compliant but not physically aggressive, should officers immediately go hands-on like this, or was there still room for communication first?
What are you doing?
Keep walking.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Come on.
What are you doing?
Keep going.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Keep going.
You've ended your day. You've ended your career, love.
Just get it.
Nah, stop pushing me. Stop pushing me.
You can video
Stop
us.
pushing me. Nah,
Do not video
that's a
anyone
public
else.
place. I can go wherever I want. I think you need to get your supervisor here now. You're in trouble, pal.
Supervising the 101.
You're in trouble. Identify yourself, please.
Have I identified myself?
No, you haven't. Identify yourself.
Just say it.
No, I'll go wherever I want. It's a public place. It's a public place. You understand that, yeah? You understand what a public place is?
This male's been trying to get into the back.
I'm not trying to get in at all. You're lying. Why are you lying? It's all on camera. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Huh? You seriously just pushed me all the way from there. You know full well I can't do nothing to defend myself because you're in uniform. You'd have me twisted up in a second. Right? It's a public place. You have no authority whatsoever to dictate where I go. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Mate, I'm not listening to you.
Exactly. So go away. Back in your car. Why are you still pushing me?
I'm not letting you in here that gate.
I'm not going in the gate.
Just keep going.
Now the situation is spiraling because both sides are completely locked into their own version of events. The officer believes this guy attempted to access the gate area. The cameraman insists he never intended to enter at all. And once the word lying starts flying around, any chance of calm communication practically disappears. One thing worth noting, in the UK, being in a public place absolutely does give people broad freedom to film and move around legally. But police also have powers to protect secure sites, especially stations or restricted access areas. So legally, this becomes a very fine line between public access and perceived security risk. What really stands out here is the tone. The officer sounds increasingly forceful, while the cameraman becomes more confrontational and theatrical. "You've ended your career" gets repeated over and over. That kind of language usually escalates tensions because officers often interpret it as provocation rather than a genuine complaint. But at the same time, if the man truly never crossed the boundary, the repeated pushing is going to look very questionable on camera. Who do you think is making this worse right now, the officer, the cameraman, or both equally?
I am not going in the gate.
You tried to step in that gate.
I didn't step in. I stood at the corner. Like I done at the other side and I didn't go in. No officers came out and assaulted me.
So how do I know that?
You don't know that. You don't know that, but you go on what you do know and what you don't know.
And I believe
You're an
you.
absolute idiot. Get back in your car and do one. Get back in your car.
Step away.
Get back in your car. You found yourself in a whole world of shit.
Wonderful.
Yeah, why are you still pushing me?
Step away.
Stop pushing me.
Do not come anywhere near the
You've just committed several assaults. You've ended your career. You know that.
Step
You
away.
know that. You have ended your career.
Do not come
You have ended your career. You know that. You have no idea what you've just done.
But just leave
You
the
have
police
ended your
alone.
career. You've just ended your career. 100% you've just ended your career.
Don't come anywhere near the police.
I'm not. What do you mean go anywhere near the police station? This is a public place. And I was not going into a police station. I'm nowhere near it now and you're still pushing me. I'm not. No, I'll go wherever I want. I'm not following. I'm going up there where I was when I started.
Up you go.
Who are you? Get in your car and do one.
Police me.
What? You're swearing at me as well? No, I'll go wherever I want.
You want to keep walking?
I will go wherever I want. Why do you keep assaulting me?
This is where professionalism starts breaking down badly. Once insults like idiot and off your head enter the exchange, the interaction shifts from controlled policing into an emotionally charged argument. That's dangerous for everyone involved because officers are expected to maintain composure even when someone is antagonizing them. Now, to be fair, the cameraman is also clearly provoking. Repeating you've ended your career every few seconds is almost guaranteed to inflame tensions. But officers are trained specifically to deal with verbal hostility without letting it become personal. Another key point here, the phrase "don't come anywhere near the police" sounds incredibly broad. Legally, officers can set boundaries around protected areas, but they generally can't ban someone from walking on a public pavement without a lawful power backing it up. That's why clear communication matters. Saying "stay beyond this marked line" is very different from "go away entirely." And you can hear both sides completely stop listening to each other. At this point, they're not communicating, they're competing. If you were supervising this incident, would you separate the parties immediately, or let the officer continue handling it alone?
You're off your head. You're absolutely off your head. You need put on a leash, love. No, I'm not okay. I'm getting assaulted by this woman. What do you mean leave the woman alone? She's assaulting me. I've got it all on camera, mate. How do you... You don't know what you're talking about, you moron. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's going like that.
I'm stood on the pavement and she starts pushing me, mate. You weren't even here. What?
I was watching it from up
And she was pushing me all the way down here.
alone.
Would you leave her alone? I'm minding my own business. She approached me.
You watching it?
Somebody de-escalate this situation.
What's wrong with him?
What do you mean what's wrong? I'm exercising my rights, mate.
Right, you paid knob. What's the matter with you?
Well, you call a knob.
You? Go on.
You're a knob. You do one. What are you going to do?
Just leave her alone.
Yeah, she's too free to go. I'm not stopping her from leaving, but she assaulted me.
You did
Okay.
it. Keep an eye on him, will you?
Oh, keep an eye on him, will you?
Yeah. Something wrong with you.
I know. Something wrong with you, pal. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going into the gate, okay? I make that absolutely clear. And when you see this video, you see that I was round the other gate, it was open, and I didn't go in.
Mate, I won't be watching your video.
That's fine. Well, you will when I take you to court.
Now we've got bystanders entering the situation, and that changes everything. Sometimes witnesses calm things down, but other times they pour fuel on the fire. Here, people are jumping in emotionally, picking sides, insulting each other, and the whole scene becomes chaotic. One important policing principle in the UK is de-escalation. Officers are trained to lower tension, create space, and regain communication control. But by this stage, nobody is de-escalating anything. The officer, the cameraman, and even members of the public are all emotionally invested now. The cameraman keeps focusing on assault, while the officer keeps focusing on security risk. That's why they're talking in circles, they're arguing two completely different issues. And listen carefully, the officer saying "I won't be watching your video" is interesting because bodycam public footage is often crucial in misconduct investigations. In modern policing, cameras can protect the public or the officer depending on what actually happened. Here's the question: do public auditors help police accountability overall, or do confrontational tactics like this just make situations more volatile?
Okay, when you're in a professional standards investigation, you'll see this video, because I guarantee you, you've just ended your career. 100%. 100%.
Have you got anywhere else you can go?
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
You've got nowhere that you need to be. You've got no home to go.
I do have a home, yeah. But this, I'm here for work purposes. Why don't you just have a conversation with me instead of getting all physical? We could have, like, I'm not unreasonable, but I become unreasonable when you start assaulting members of the public. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, enough people
All you had to do was have a conversation. I would have answered your questions happily. You know, happily answered your questions, but you don't have the right to assault someone.
I believe you to be a security risk.
I was not going into the police station, okay? I understand what you're saying, but we could have had a conversation about it.
No, it's fine. I can put it out.
But we could have had, like, now it looks like we've de-escalated it a little bit, so I'm willing to have a conversation with you.
I just want you to leave.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to go in the gate, but I'm not going to leave, okay?
Well, then can you stand on the other side?
No, I won't, because I'm walking backwards and forwards. I'm making a video. I'm doing my work.
Walk backwards and forwards on that side?
No, I won't.
This is probably the most important section of the entire interaction because you can actually hear a brief moment where the tension starts dropping. For a second, both sides begin explaining themselves instead of shouting. And honestly, that conversation should have happened right at the start. The officer finally explains the reasoning: perceived security risk. The cameraman explains his reasoning: filming in public for work purposes. Once motives are explained calmly, the situation immediately becomes less hostile. But then it stalls again because neither side wants to compromise. The officer wants distance from the gate. The cameraman refuses to move because he sees that as surrendering his rights. That's the core conflict right there. In UK law, officers can absolutely protect sensitive premises, but they also need clear justification for restricting movement in genuinely public spaces. At the same time, deliberately staying close to a police gate after repeated warnings is almost guaranteed to keep tensions alive. So here's the big one. If moving a few feet away would end the confrontation completely, should someone do it on principle or stand their ground because they believe they're legally right?
I'll stay on this side. It's a public place. You can't tell me where I can walk and where I can't walk. But I'm not going to go into your gate. The gate's closed. Is the building secure?
What happens if the next time the gate opens?
I'm not going to go in. I can assure you that.
I'm sorry, I really don't believe
but
this.
that's hypothetical. That's hypothetical. So you go on what you do know and what you don't know, okay? So you've messed up massively. Massively made a massive mistake, you know? Is anybody willing to de-escalate this situation? No one. Yes, mate.
Right. Film what you want.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
There's a sensor.
Yeah, I understand.
You got too close to the sensor.
Okay.
You could be breaching security of the police station. Quite simply.
Right. Okay.
Don't get too close to the gate.
Right. Can I answer you? Okay. I'm not going into the gate. I'm not going to breach the gate. I don't do that. That'd be very silly if I'd done
I can
that.
understand why people be worried that someone
I can't
would do
understand that, but what I can't understand is the lady pushed me all the way across the road several times when I was away from the gate. Okay?
So
I'm not going near the gate. You can rest assured that I'm not going anywhere near the gate. I'm not going inside the gate, okay?
Right.
I'll be very...
All right?
Right, no, we're not, because I need to make a complaint. I need to make a complaint against her. If anything,
for doing that.
if anything, she's assaulted me, so I wish to make a criminal complaint against her.
Don't go anywhere near the gate as cars are going in.
I'm not going
in
the gate.
There's a sensor that stops the gate.
Okay, but I can. It's a pavement, my friend. I can go right up to the curb if I wanted to. But I am not going to breach.
Encroach within the footprint of the police station. You're going to alter the.
Where is that boundary? Where is that boundary? How's a member of the public supposed to know that? Do you want to show me where as far as I can go? Like, if you want to show me, like where I can and can't stand, I'm happy.
Yeah?
Yes.
Stay away from there.
I was nowhere near there. I was on the pavement, so I was nowhere near there when she assaulted me. So I was nowhere near there when she assaulted me.
You understand?
I understand what you're saying, but I was nowhere near there when she assaulted me several times. So you've just, if anything, helped seal her fate. She's going to lose her job, and I'm going to have a civil claim off your police force. Unfortunately, I would appreciate it if I could get a ranking member of staff out here to deal with this loose cannon I've got. She's just mounted the curb.
Stand back then.
She's just mounted the curb. Is she allowed to mount the curb? Is she allowed to mount the curb like that? Is she?
Finally, we start getting actual explanations instead of pure shouting. The mention of the gate sensor and footprint of the police station is critical because that's the first time officers clearly explained why they viewed him as a security concern. And honestly, that clarification should have happened immediately instead of after several minutes of confrontation. What's interesting is that the cameraman actually seems willing to cooperate once specific boundaries are explained. He even asks where he can legally stand. That's a huge shift from earlier. It shows how clear communication can completely change the tone of an encounter. But by now, the damage is already done. The cameraman is focused on complaints, civil claims, and misconduct allegations. The officers are focused on maintaining security around the station. Neither side trusts the other anymore. And this is exactly why so many viral police interactions explode online. Not necessarily because of one massive moment, but because small communication failures stack on top of each other until the entire situation becomes toxic. Final question for the audience. After watching this whole interaction, do you think this was a justified security response by police, or an unnecessary escalation that could have been avoided within the first 30 seconds?